Ready for a no meat, no egg, no dairy, fast, low cost, little energy to make, great tasting meal? Then let's make one. Hello. Another pizza. Imagine that. Another pizza. This was going to be a little bit different. Something, I got to tell you, this experiment, I'm still kind of experimenting with the cheeses from Kraft, the plant-based cheeses from Kraft, which are spectacular. I love them. They're great. And I've just had enough of the 3 packs left over, the 3 styles or flavors, what do you want to call it. So Provolone, American, and Cheddar. So I've been using it on several of the pizzas and other stuff after I did the first 3, which was the first 3 was just taste test, and then I just did basic stuff. I did a burger, I did a meatball sandwich, just all basic, the way they're normally made, only using the Kraft cheese, just to experiment to see. And all that review and everything was about taste. How does it taste? How does it work with all those things? And does it taste as good as real cheese and all that stuff? And it does. It's great. So you can, if you haven't seen those reviews, go watch them. I go through the whole thing. So here I'm just making a pizza real quick. I love making this stuff. So this is a 16-inch pre-done pizza crust. So it doesn't take any time at all. I like to make it a little bit more crispy. So 6 minutes in my toaster oven at 450, and it just makes it perfect. So what I'm going to do is I have tempeh, which is a full serving and a quarter. So this is going to be a huge amount of protein on this pizza. Tempeh is wonderful. So I'm going to use 2 different kinds of cheese, 2 of the Kraft cheeses. They're 2 different. I've used different cheeses before. I've put, I years and years ago when I ate regular dairy cheese, I would put mozzarella and Parmigiano Reggiano on pizzas, or Provolone and Parmesan. I mean, I always love Parmesan sprinkled on my pizza. So this one is Cheddar and Provolone. That's just going to be sprinkled on. So how this is going to work is I'm going to spruce up my jarred sauce. This is a marinara, roasted garlic marinara. I love this. It's fantastic. It makes a great pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce, anything, and you don't have to make it, and it's cheap, and it's great. It's fantastic, and you can get it at, I'll show you the label. Okay, so you can see that at your favorite place that you probably shop at too. So you'll find it. It's great. It's the marinara one on the shelf at that crazy place that has all the weird Hawaiian shirts on all the time. Okay, so anyway, back to this. I'm gonna cut away, but I'm gonna get everything prepped. So I'm going to get everything into this bowl, which is going to be my sauce bowl. So it's going to be the marinara, roasted marinara. I'm going to, again, spruce it up with some additional basil. I like it bigger and brighter on pizza. More roasted garlic and green onion. That's all going to go in the sauce with the tempeh. I'm going to put that all together. So the tempeh gets all sauce on it versus laying on top or something. That's just going to be part of the sauce. So it'd be kind of like taking the place of making a meat sauce and putting it on pizza, which I've done many, many times. That works really, really great. So I'm just doing it with the tempeh instead of that. So I'm going to cut away, and I'll be back in the blink of an eye. So I'll see you in the blink of an eye. Okay, I'm back. I got my pizza crust cut in half, so this is my single serving. I got my tempeh over here. Now, I will say this about tempeh. I've used it a lot, and it's got an odd taste. And it's got a bit of bitterness, so it's always good to get something in it, sauce. And I've made teriyaki, yellow curry. I've done all kinds of things with it. But you really got to get it broken up like this. You see how this is just like almost every little piece is broken up? Because you really want to get everything around it, and it cuts out some of that bitterness that comes with tempeh. So we're going to put some marinara in here. Somehow, with something. How about a spoon? So we'll take some of this out. I'm going to do 2 big heaping tablespoons at this point until I get where I want to go with it. And I've got my mushrooms ready here. So these are going to go on. Here's the cheese all chopped up, the 2. Can you see that that's the Yellow and the white, the provolone and the American. Mushrooms are going on. I slice those up. So this is the onion and the basil is all chopped up, ready to go. That's going to go in the sauce. And this is the roasted garlic. So the roasted garlic is sticky, so you want to kind of get it in here in different places so it doesn't clump up, and you kind of want it not clumping up, and it will pretty much break up in the sauce, pretty much. And let's get all that stuff, the greens in there. Beautiful, look at that. Okay. Ooh, it smells so good. And I'm just going to stir this up. I want plenty of sauce on it, and this probably isn't enough yet, but let's see. Let's get it all mixed up. Get all the green stuff in there. Yeah, I think I want a little more sauce than this. So a little bit shy. I'm going to do one more heaping tablespoon in here. This is about a tablespoon, I think, somewhere in there. Maybe more. But you do this to whatever you want. And again, this is an experimental pizza. I'm going to taste it at the end. If it comes out great, you'll know that. If it comes out bad, you won't see this video. But I think it'll come out good. I've done quite a bit of experimenting with this stuff, and it should be just fine. Yeah, I still think maybe just a little more sauce. It looks pretty dry. Let's get one more. So that's about equivalent to 4, maybe 5 tablespoons in here. Yeah, a little more wet. That's going to be great. And it's going to definitely take some of that bitterness out of the tempeh and get it really flavored nicely. I'm just going to give it a dash. What I love to do with this is a slight bit of garlic powder, so it just adds a little bit more because I can never get enough garlic. And I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here, just a little bit. And I'm going to do a little something with the olive oil as well in the crust in a second. Ah, looks great. Wow. It smells fantastic. I don't even smell the tempeh anymore. It just smells like that sauce, which is just exactly what I wanted. The sauce, the basil and the onion coming through really nice. Okay, let's put that aside. Let's get rid of that for a second. Okay, now I like to get a little layer of oil on all of my pizza crusts. I do this all the time because it kind of is a moisture barrier. So your pizza doesn't get all soggy because these sauces have a lot of water in them. Things have water and they just make pizza crust soggy. You know, like you pick it up, the ones you buy like from the horrible pizza places, and it just folds over. You got to kind of bend it up and get it in, and it's always, you know, because that's the way. This helps put a barrier. So I just put a little bit of olive oil on here like that. I don't know if you can see that, but just maybe a little over a teaspoon, and I just rub this in all around the edges. I also like it when it cooks with this stuff on the edges. It's fantastic. Oops, break that up. Okay. Beautiful. So you see that nice glossy look on it. I think you can see that maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. And that just, again, is a barrier to keep a lot of the moisture out. It works really well. Okay, so let's get this stuff on because we're going to put the mushrooms on top of this. So we're just going to spread this all over this pizza. I mean, this is a full meal. There's no doubt about that. And again, this is just a little over a serving. It's a 25% bigger than a serving that you actually says on the label of the tempeh. But again, I've added all the other stuff to it. But it covers this just beautifully. Look at that. It's just a really nice thick layer on here of it. Looks fantastic. Smells great. Get it all in the corners. All the way to the edge. Oh, I think it's going to be great. You can eat this right here just like this. It's edible. You don't even have to cook it. But I wouldn't. I want it hot. And I want it all, you know, nicely cooked together. Okay, so I think you can see what that looks like, right? Nice, ready to go. Beautiful smell, colors. Okay, so we're going to put the mushrooms on. I'm just going to spread around really nice on here. Beautiful, just like that. Oops, break these up a bit. try to get them even. And you can put as much mushroom on as you want. I just like enough where it's not overloaded and it's got nice coverage, you know, get a little bit in each bite, something of it. Okay, so you can see the mushrooms are on there. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do the cheese. And this plant-based cheese at Kraft, it acts just like cheese. Like, you know, when it sticks together and all that stuff that you can't stand. And yeah, I'm just going to start sprinkling this around. And I just try to get it all the way around the edges, get a little bit, because you want a little bit in every bite. Again, this is basically because I used one of each. So I used one American and one Provolone. So this is actually 2 servings of the cheese. It doesn't have a lot of protein in it. It's like 1 gram of protein per slice. So it just adds 2 grams of protein here. But the tempeh itself, when this goes up, you'll see it. Obviously, you're not watching it right now because I'm making it. So when it is posted, it'll show the how many grams of protein is on it. Okay, so that's done. That's done. And there it is. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. Okay, I'm going to get this into the toaster oven. Okay, and there's going to be 6 minutes. That's all they ever take once the oven's heated up. So it's about... takes about a minute and a half to get the oven up to 450, 2 minutes somewhere in there. And then I'll slide this in. And then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and it's out. And it smells amazing. Just amazing. It looks fantastic. You'll be able to see a picture of it up here. It's just, oh man, just remarkable how I'm going to cut it and eat it. So one thing I did want to mention is I didn't add any salt and pepper because it's already in that sauce. So there's no reason to add more. I do from time to time if I'm making like a chunky Roma tomato sauce or something where I make it from scratch. I do a lot of you'll see some of my pizzas are made that way. This one I just used the jarred spaghetti because I just wanted to test this. This is really a test. Using tempeh in with the sauce. I've never actually constructed a pizza this way before, so we're going to find out how good it is. So normally what I do, or not normally, but I do this two ways. So I cut 3 strips, like 2 cuts right here, and I have the strips, that's one way, and then I quarter it, that's another way. And one of the beauties I love of this stuff is you can take some small cuts, like take 2 cuts here, and then 3 cuts here, and then just use those little squares for hors d'oeuvres. It's fantastic on all these pizzas. I won't say that yet because we haven't actually tasted this one, and we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to make this into squares and see how that goes. Just like that. Okay, and then we're just going to come down the middle. Sort it down the middle. Let's get this stuff back onto the pizza. Wow. Oh. Wow. Man, that is good. Really good. All right, I'm going to take a real bite of it. Oh, man. Wow. I think that's one of the best pizzas I've ever had. Crazy, you can get the American cheese and the Provolone. I can't taste any bitterness from the tempeh, so it really got covered really well. This is just absolutely fantastic. This is going to make such a great dinner. I'm going to have a glass of wine with this. That's how good this is. It's just, the smell, the look of it is just beautiful. The 2 colors of cheeses and just, wow. It's like, you know, sometimes you experiment and it just goes all in the right direction. That's what happened here. I'm FOODMAKER V. And remember, the best investment you'll ever make is an investment in your health. I'll see you next time.